My name is Sarah Whitehead, and I'm the Director of Business and International Policy at the Intellectual Property Office in the UK. From now on, I'll refer to us as the IPO. One of the areas of policy that the IPO is working on relates to standard essential patents, often referred to as SEPs. Part of the IPO's role is ensuring that the intellectual property framework is functioning efficiently to promote innovation and that it creates the right balance for interested parties who engage in SEP licensing. In this video, the IPO aims to give you an overview of the work the UK government has been undertaking, what it's doing next in respect of SEPs, and why it's important that we get more evidence from SMEs so that your interests are more fully considered as we develop policy and think about interventions in this area.
What are standard essential patents, or SEPs?
It may be useful if I start with some of the basics. A patent that protects technology which is essential to implementing a standard is known as a standard essential patent, or SEP. When we talk about a standard, we refer to a technical standard or technical interoperability standards. These are an agreed or established technical description of a product. For example, mobile phones, wireless connectivity, navigation systems in cars, and even smart meters. These standards make sure that different technologies can interact and work together. Once a technical standard has been agreed, manufacturers are required to make their products standard compliant. To do so, they must have access to licenses for the proprietary patent that underpins the standard, i.e. SEPs.
How are technical standards developed?
Technical standards are usually produced by standard development organisations, or SDOs. They're established for the purpose of creating standards with inputs from industry and technical experts. Technical standards can include Wi-Fi, cellular, Bluetooth, video or audio technical standards.
Why is the IPO looking at SEPs?
Importantly, the IP framework plays a crucial role in enabling creativity and incentivising innovation. It creates jobs and encourages economic growth, and for the UK, it allows us to maintain our position as one of the global leaders of innovation. Innovation is at the forefront of this government's ambitions, and our goal is to make the UK a global hub for science and innovation. As technologies become increasingly interconnected, we are relying more heavily on standards. This means that people wishing to operate in these technologies, so-called implementers, have no option but to use those standards, including access to the SEPs within them. The people who own patents that are essential to a standard, what we call SEP holders, gain important market access and can generate royalties. This could give them significant bargaining power. To balance this, they are obligated to offer licenses to use their SEPs on fair, reasonable and non-discriminatory, or FRAND, terms. To better understand if the current framework for SEPs is providing a fair balance to those involved in the licensing and implementing of SEPs, we launched a call for views on SEPs which closed in March 2022.
What did the call for views cover?
We covered a broad range of themes which asked for views on the following: the balance between innovation and consumers, views in respect of competition and market functioning, transparency in the SEPs ecosystem, patent infringement actions and remedies, including the use and availability of injunctions, views on the licensing of SEPs, views in respect of SEP litigation.
Why are we reaching out to SMEs, small cap and mid cap businesses?
After the call for views, the IPO published a summary of responses which gave a comprehensive overview of the divergent views we heard. Some respondents said that the SEPs licensing system works well and that there is no need for change. Others said that there needs to be improvements as there are barriers to innovation, particularly for smaller businesses and tech startups. We heard about a lack of transparency in the licensing system, including in the pricing of SEPs, and uncertainty around whether a patent being licensed is essential to technical standards being relied upon. There were also respondents who said that threats of court-imposed injunctions and the potential for litigation impacted on businesses' approach to licensing of SEPs. We heard that new entrants and SMEs often lack the experience and knowledge to enter negotiations on a level playing field. We also heard that new entrants and SMEs do not take part in the standardisation process. This may mean they have no insight into whether a patent is essential to a standard and therefore whether a licence is required. Some respondents also stated that some of these issues may cause barriers to innovation and scale-up. We also received various proposed solutions. Some said that government intervention may help improve these issues through changing legislation, issuing guidance, or establishing or strengthening institutions or processes. However, although we heard some anecdotal evidence from bodies representing smaller businesses, we did not hear sufficient evidence directly from UK SMEs, small cap and mid cap businesses, including their experiences of interacting or using technical standards when innovating.
Conclusion.
As technology is constantly evolving and becoming more widespread in our daily activities, it is more and more likely that businesses will interact with technical standards or wish to innovate in a product which requires the use of technical standards. Therefore, the IPO would like to hear your views on whether you have had the first-hand experience of interacting with technical standards, and if so, whether it has impacted your business. We'd like to thank you in advance for your invaluable contributions and for taking the time to answer the questions in the online questionnaire provided. Thank you.